Hello and welcome to another best of 3 draft of Baldur's Gate, and this time there is a rare that is worth first picking. This pack is fairly decent actually, because there are also 2 uncommons. I would be happy to pick the Lulu, which I would be picking over the Gnoll Hunting Party, which I still consider quite good as well, but this is just a very amazing card. But there's the Intellect Devourer, so 4 mana 2 for stat line, of course not that amazing, but this thing gets a card from the opponent's hand, and if they don't deal with this thing, quickly enough, you get to just, steal the card for yourself, play it or cast it. So that's a really good one. And a 2/4 is not the easiest one to deal with, I guess. So maybe I should just take the Devourer instead of the Lulu. It could be either one of those, both are very good, but I will play rares whenever there's the option to do so, because you get to, play rares a lot less than uncommons and commons. So here it's a very easy continuation with the Guild Swan Prowler, keeping things black, and this is the best black common. It's very close to Grim Bounty. I do like the Grim Bounty's nature to answer a lot of the bomb creatures, which this format has a lot, and the treasure token really helps make a 4 mana removal spell, an actual very good one, because usually 4 mana is like a little bit too expensive, even if it kills anything, but the treasure makes a big difference there. But anyway, point is, this pack doesn't even have a Grim Bounty, so I don't have to choose between those two. There's no reason to pick anything else than the best black card here, which also probably was the best card in the pack actually. Alright, so here there's a Bone Collar Cleric, which is fine, because normally you wouldn't play the Zombify very happily, the 4 mana sorcery that brings a creature back from your graveyard, but this thing is attached, the same thing attached to a 2 mana 2/1. So you can use the sacrifice ability when there's something relevant to return, and it can be good at times. And if not, then you have a serviceable 2-drop, which wouldn't be that exciting otherwise, but of course you have the upside of being able to bring something back. And then there's like a Priest of Ancient Lore. I think the Liara is a really good one, but after picking 2 black cards, I don't think I'm gonna take a red-white 2-drop. I'll take the Bone Collar Cleric and see. I'll stay black until there is, gonna be a clearly better card than black, which happens right now, because the black cards here are, they are playable, but not that amazing. And white, based on what has been passed to me, has been rather open, and this pack has still some white cards. Not all of them are too excellent, but I liked Moradin's Disciples quite a bit, and I don't actually recall having drafted black-white decks in this format a lot, so it would be interesting to have one of these color combinations as well. So let's take the white card for now, and then there's a Sampling Ghast, there's a You Hear Something and Watch, there's a Nefarious Imp, and there's a Red Dragon. I don't think I'm taking the red card here now. It's going to be one of the others. What's good for this black and white combination? I do like this when you are a bit slower, and I am a bit slower with the Intellect Devourer and the Moradin's Disciples. Sampling Ghast totally fine. Imp fine. I think I'll take the removal spell now. And here I have a Sepulchre Goal. If I already had a Sepulchre Goal, I might have gone for the Ghast. But this pack has still options, and Minimus Containment isn't one of them. Steadfast Unicorn, a really decent card. It's better in aggressive decks, but it's still okay if you're not like super aggressive. Horde Robber isn't that great. Devoted Paladin is also better in aggressive decks. I think out of those 2, I would take the Unicorn, so it's mostly about whether I take the Goal or the Unicorn. And I guess I'll take the Unicorn. Black-white doesn't have the Steal and Sack thing going on that red-black has, with the red common that can steal an opponent's creature, so I think I'll take the Unicorn here. And here, Summon Undead. I guess I have one you know, this kind of reanimating spell already, and I don't plan to play a lot of good, you know, targets to reanimate, so that's not interesting. Iron Golem, I just don't think it's good. I don't care what 17 land status says, it's still a 4 mana. That's way too easy to deal with in combat, because it has to attack and block. I'll take the uncommon, you know, because when there's nothing that you're gonna play or sideboard, take the highest rarity card for value. Alright, so here gate of the Black Dragon is absolutely easily the pick over the Hook Horror, and there's no question about it. These are very good lands. And wow, Gnoll Hunting Party, pick 9. There is a Celestial Unicorn, but Black-White, which in some sets has a life gain sub-theme. In this set, you don't really get... does Black even have any life linkers? I don't think there's any big theme around life gain. So I'm not gonna play the 3 mana 3/2 in this deck. I'll take this red card just in case, you know, I can pick a bomb red rare in pack 2, pick 1 for instance. So then I can have the option to move to red and take this pretty good red card here, and band together still here, I don't know. Guess I'll take the green card in case I move to green, because it is the best card out of those two. Wow, I got a good 2-drop still. Well, it's not amazing, but it's still a good 2-drop. 2 mana 3/1 with a little bit of an upside is nice. And yeah, the Minimus Containment, I just don't like that card at all. I can take a Hook Horror now. That is 9 cards, although one of them is a land. But the pack 1 went quite well. I think I'm gonna just cut the Horde Robber. I don't plan to play this card unless I'm like really, you know, requiring 2-drops. And here there is a Guild Spawn Prowler, but there's also an amazing equipment. This is just a, I think, a bomb rare, because not necessarily going to be that much of a big of deal in all matchups, but in a good amount of matchups, the combination of Death Touch and Lifelink makes the life so hard for the opponent. And this is just, you know, a colorless card will be going into the deck regardless of my colors. It will be the pick here over the Guildsworn Prowler, which would have been the pick otherwise. Okay, what do we have here? Nothing too exciting. Could take the Ghast, could take the Steadfast Paladin. The Lantern, Grim Wanderer are okay uncommons. I don't really know if I care about the Sampling Ghast that much in here. I might just take the 2-drop with lifelink, which is always fine. I think it's always fine. Let's take it. It's a pack that has, you know, a lot of, you know, similar power level cards. And I think I like the 2-drop the most. So am I gonna take one of these blood monies? Destroy all creatures. Well, of course a 7 mana Wrath is just bad. I could see maybe sideboarding it in, but now it's mostly like a question of do I wanna red wrap these for collection. And even though Ranger Squadron and the Grim Wanderer are okay cards, I don't like the Rally Maneuver, I don't like the Demogorgon's Clutches. These are the kind of cards I'm not really, I don't feel bad about not having them in my deck. So I'll take the Mythic Rare for my collection, because this is a fairly unexciting pack and I already have a lot of playables. I'm not going to worry about, you know, not having playables. Alright, well, this thing is not only a Mythic Rare I actually have 0 copies of. It's also a splashable card. If I get something like a Pilgrim's Eye, or the what's the 2 mana artifact that cantrips and then adds any color. So this is totally a strong enough cards to splash. You just get extra cards with this thing and even get some treasure tokens. And now, of course, the Sampling Ghast would be a lot better, because you can splash also with treasure tokens. The Nefarious Imp would be my pick, otherwise Drider is just bad. But I'm gonna take this not only because, partly yes, because it's a Mythic Rare, but it's also a card I'm happy to splash. And here is a very good card that also gives me a treasure token, so let's take that. And anything else that helps me with the splash? There's a bronze walrus. I don't care about the summon undead or the chain devil. This is a really good red card, but not really something you want to splash, because this is only very good when you have a lot of red sources to activate the pump ability multiple times. But this thing adds any color. And then I have a Sepulchre Ghost Lantern. This is not the same Ghost Lantern I saw earlier because it's pick 7. I haven't seen this pack. A Valiant Farewell, Steadfast Unicorn. Okay, this pack has 4 cards I could play. I'm not sure if this deck really wants to have like multiple Steadfast Unicorns. It might not be the thing this deck is doing. I might just take now the... Let's take the Sepulchre Goal. It's still fine even if you don't have like the Steal and Sacrifice synergies going on. Currently I'm at 11 creatures and 3 non-creatures. Sigil of Miracle. Probably not a main deckable card, but could be in some grindy matchups when creatures trade a lot or opponents have a removal. I might have a graveyard with 4 creatures, so I think I'll take this as a sideboard card. And here there's a Bronze Walrus number 2. There's a Hoard Robber, which I already have in here too. But there's actually a Thieves Tools, which normally isn't great, but this comes with a treasure token as well. And if this is my only red card, I only need 1 treasure token and that's it. So I'm gonna take the Thieves Tools for the reason that I can make it easier to splash this thing, because I really want to play this card. It is quite good. Here I like the Armor of Shadows a bit. I like the Ghost Lantern a bit, but I guess I'll take the Armor of Shadows. And here I'll just take the uncommon. Here I just take whatever. Okay, I got the Ranger Squadron. I guess I can play it because it's my only 6 drop and I have only 1 5 drop, so it can be played. Right, this pack has a good white common, a good black common. The uncommons, I would play Black Dragon, especially now that I have some ways to get extra mana, like the treasure token here, the mana adding card in here, and treasure token here. But I'm not taking it. This is just, I think this is too narrow. You have to almost win the game with 7 mana. Drawing cards yourself is really risky because it costs a lot of life, and then targeting the opponent is really risky if they don't die to the effect. So I'm just taking the Blessed Hippogriff, which I like a little bit more than the Vampire Spawn. This spawn is really good though. Alright, there's a Viconia. Well, I'm gonna take that. It is a really good 2-drop. First of all, it's just a 2 mana 2/3. Very good body early in the game, and then when you get to exile at least 1 creature card, then you are happy to specialize, get that creature to your hand, and then have one of these various additional effects. But I guess in this deck the black and white one matter the most. But I guess because I have a Prosperous Tomebound, I could have the red one too. But yeah, this is easy pick over something like a Portable Hole. Guiding Bolt, I like it as a sideboard card. Because not all decks have, this thing, but the decks that do, you get for 3 mana to kill one of them bigger creatures at instant speed and scry 2. Otherwise, I would take the Valiant Farewell. I don't think this is a Meteor Golem deck. 7 mana is a lot, and I don't have enough extra mana producing to maybe cast this reliably. So I would take the Farewell otherwise, but now I'm just taking the Guiding Bolt. But I think I will start with that thing in the sideboard. I don't like that in some matchups. It's useless basically. Right, this is a tough one because there's a Guildsworn Prowler. There's also Dragon's Fire, which, when I'm splashing for this, I could play, but if I want to splash this mostly from treasures, maybe I don't want to play other red cards. But there's also the Minthara, which is good as long as this stays on the battlefield. I actually think I don't need a 4-drop here. I have a lot of 4-drops. I'll take the Guildsworn Prowler because it is just so good. I could take some 3-drops because, as you can see, I don't have more than, 1? I have the Baldur. Only 3 mana card. Here there's a 3-drop, but of course I'll take the Gate of the Black Dragon because it is, still good. And Vampire Spawn, exactly what I want to have, a good 3-drop. And well, I'm not playing two Thieves' Tools. I mean, Vampire Spawn actually does gain life, so um, I don't think I have all these things gives lifelink. Well, I take the Unicorn, but I don't think I wanna main deck it, but maybe it's an option. Here, Breath Weapon as a sideboard card. I'm not playing two Horde Robbers, so I'm not taking that. Maybe I'll take the Scouting Hawk. If there's some value in having a 3 mana 1/1, but it's a sideboard card. Okay, now I can take a Grim Wanderer. I have seen a bunch of these. It's time to pick one. A Portable Hole or the Armor of Shadows. I think the Portable Hole is still better. Yeah, it kills tokens and anything that costs 1 or 2 mana creature. No, it's a non-land permanent. No, not only a creature but also hits other things. All right. So this is, I think, 73 non-land cards. I'm not sure if this is going to be the final configuration of the deck, but I guess we'll see. I'll take 20 gems over something like an Iron Golem here. Okay, one more card. Alright, so a bit weird deck because it has a weird mana curve. But I guess it's better that I have a lot of 2-drops and not really a lot of 3-drops than the other way around. If I would have a similar amount of 3-drops and only 2 drops, that would be really miserable. 17 creatures, 6 non-creatures. Steadfast Unicorn, I think will still be okay here. But the question is, am I gonna splash for Null Hunting Party? Now I didn't get the Prophetic Prism or any way to even fetch a mountain. So I'm not really excited about splashing 2 red cards. Because I have now, I think only 2 cards that create treasure tokens. Which are the Thieves' Tools and the Grim Bounty, I think. That's it. I could play a Horde Robber, but I just don't like the card too much. I guess it's, good with Thieves' Tools, but then again, if I have Thieves' Tools, I already have my 1 treasure that I need to cast this. So I think I will play 1 mountain in the deck, but no more. And then this thing I can add red, and then 2 cards that give me treasure tokens. That is 1, 2, 3. That's 4 ways to get red mana. And I guess I can get, if I don't have any of the ways to get to cast this, I can still discard this thing to Viconia. And the red option is, red option gives it haste, I think. +1/+0 and haste. To the. So basically how this thing works, maybe I could just quickly show it. So you can, of course, exile any card from the graveyard, but when you specialize this, it doesn't matter which color you specialize into. It always, you get a duplicate of a creature card exiled with this to your hand. And then depending on which is the color of the specialization, you have a varying effect. So for example, the mono black version makes it into a vampire spawn. Well, not, I mean, it will be the creature otherwise, but it also has the ability of the vampire spawn, so you drain 2 life. It's always going to be decent. And the white option, which is the other the likely option for this deck, is that you can put it on the battlefield if it has mana value 3 or less. So getting a cheap creature, you get some good tempo as well. And then the red option, which is possible in this deck, you get +1/+0 and haste. The blue and the green option aren't possible in this deck. Come on, I can still show. So blue also gets you. You also, if you have exiled an instant or sorcery, you get the duplicate of that one too. In addition to the creature, and for green, the creature has +2/+2 and gets +2/+2, which is a pretty decent enhancement. But yeah. So that's also one other way to get value of this. I can just discard it to specialize if I can't cast it. Now the question is, so I'm gonna cut. Okay, well, I'll put all the lands away for now. But this is 23 cards. Is this the configuration I want to use? I think it is. This is also 1 mana kind of trick, and I can play that 1 5 drop and 1 6 drop. I won't be playing this for the reason I mentioned. I probably can cast 1 red spell in a game, not 2, and I don't want to draw 2 of my red spells so that I can cast only 1 of them. Horde now. Guiding Bolt. I think this is the card that I'm gonna be sideboarding in fairly often, but still there are decks like Red White, which can easily just not have a 4-power creature. So mostly maybe green and red, which can have 4-power creatures. Yeah, that's the most likely thing. Although I guess blue can have something to do. There's the common 5-drop, which has ward 3 though, so it would cost 6 mana to kill it. But yeah, it's an option. I think this is the deck. I mean, of course I will add the lands. That's not a lot of, by the way, white cards. Only 8, but it's still, 8 is... It counts as a main color for the deck. Yeah, a little bit weird mana curve, but I like my 2-drops double Prowler. And this is also not an actual 2-drop. It costs 2 mana, but the earliest I can assume to play this maybe turn 3, unless I have like a Steadfast Unicorn on turn 1 and then I get to trade it, or it gets killed by a removal spell on turn 2, then I guess this could be a 2 mana turn 2 play. Alright, well, that's just fine. I think this Portable Hole is still main deckable totally, because all decks should have 2-drops. There shouldn't be often a situation when this can't find anything to get rid of, and this can still get rid of tokens, although I don't know if this format features a lot of big expensive tokens, but still. And it's also a non-land permanent, not only a creature, so there are equipment and stuff like that that I might want to exile with this. So this is the deck. I will play those gates, and then I will play 1 mountain, so I can still naturally just draw the mana for the Prosper thing. And then what is the exact... I have 13 black, 8 white. A bunch of my white are early drops though. Yeah, I have 1 black double caster, but that's the only one. So I think it should be 8/8, which means with these gates that I will add 6 swamps. Let's use these ones. And 8 plains, and that's it. Alright. That's the deck. That's a fine hand. And I even hit my 2-drop, but I have a lot of 2-drops in the deck. It wasn't that unlikely to draw it. Maybe something like 25%, 20%. Well, it's pretty safe to attack with this. If it dies when it isn't blocking, I get to draw a card. And I'll just play my 3-drop. Now I could play the Dust Guard, because this being a 3/3 is actually quite relevant. Okay, let's do it like that. It might be a little bit mana inefficient, but next turn I'm likely to play this 3 mana play anyway. If I had a 4-drop in my hand, maybe I would do it differently. But there's a big difference between a 2/3 and a 3/3. And this way, assuming this is my play on the next turn, I get to have 3 power here. Okay, there was just a super play at that thing. This is great. And I don't mind the land, because that means I'm gonna get to the Ranger Squad. If the opponent doesn't get to kill it before it attacks, I just get another copy. Okay, another Plague, sure. And don't mind having play. So next time I can cast... This is my only double black spell, so... I guess I can draw one of my 2 Endless Taplines, by the way. That's a whole super Plagues there. Sure, but the Prowler is still doing its work. Oh, well, that was actually worse than the tapped land. Well, I guess the opponent can still have at some point a 2-drop, but yeah, this was actually one of the worst draws I could have here. Okay, they bounced that, which is fine. I mean, I'm not in a rush or anything. That doesn't get exiled with this thing. Alright, so are they gonna have a counter spell? Well, oh, if they do, then they do. At least they have only 2 cards left, so they will be left with 1. Alright, well. Another removal spell then. Because they have used 3. Do they have more? They have a 4th super plague bow, but you know what? This doesn't actually... Oh, this gets the double team steal and the perpetual effect does not get carried over. So this was really good for me. It's I get a free card here. Anyway, no reason to... I mean, this is gonna die anyway, so I don't need to, you know, save it. I could kill this with the Grim Bounty, but that's a bad idea. Yeah, but that's not really the best aspect of the Ranger Squadron. Because this doesn't get the perpetual effect. That you don't get the copy perpetual effects. Yeah, I could draw a Viconia and I might want to discard a place for it. There's no force spike in this format, so I can play this. And if they have a counter spell, it wouldn't have mattered if I had 1 untapped left. Okay, so they have 4 Super Plagues. Let's see if that affects my sideboarding. I mean, in the end, it is just a 1-for-1 removal, so it's not that big of a deal. That might be something worth Grim Bountying, because they will get to cast it and they can double block this time. Disciples are good too. Yep. They get the Scry, of course, out of the Nefarious, but also they go to 7 here. What do they scry? Top. Okay, so since I have to play the Prowler anyway... sorry, I have to play the land anyway, whether I want to... No, that's actually not correct. Yeah, I was thinking about... If I want to save this... No, if I want to... No, I'm gonna actually play the Prowler. Sorry, Disciples can't... No. Because this is such a good effect and the double team and all that is good. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe I can cast this and leave the planes at my hand. But let's say if I draw Viconia and I absolutely want to make it into a white version of it, which I don't necessarily even want to do because the Drain 2 is very good. Okay, Harvester... Oh, that's nasty. That's gonna make these into 2-2 useless stuff. Anyway, what was I saying? If I actually want to have a white version of Viconia, I can still discard the Portable Hole. Now these will be 2-2s with no abilities. Now that's not too great. This will be a 4-4. Bam. Yeah, I couldn't get this work now before. I mean, they was able. I couldn't get the double team work before it is lost. Okay, well, I take 2/2/2s. Then they are at 7. They can't attack. The Prowler is gonna mean that they are going to. Oh, now I needed one of my treasure tokens. So this is an opponent that hasn't played any permanent with 2 mana. They have played 1 spell with 2 mana. It wasn't a permanent, so Portable Hole very useless right now. So let's say I attack with everything, a sack. Yeah, that's gonna be the attack, right? Because the goal is just let's say they use the Harvester to eat one of my 2/2s. I can do it like this. And they're still taking 4 here. Unless they have a blur. They draw a card from that. Not really. Not sure why they did. Why didn't they? Well, that's only excelling 1. Okay, well, anyway. They are at 3 now. That's not a threat. Also, it's not something that I can eat with Portable Hole. That's not gonna work with Portable Hole either. Alright. Well, I'm gonna draw a card from the Kill Swan Prowler. That's at least something. And that is going to be really good. So how do I do it? Attack with everything, I would say. The goal being a 4/4 is really relevant here. Who I'm gonna save here? Get a card from this, but it's a really good effect. I probably won't be sacking too much. Yeah, I'm gonna just save the Prowler here. We get some scries, but that's just not much. This wasn't gonna die there. And when this attacks, this will gain flying too. So they have to, you know, block with the imp finally. So that's a mythic rare. Inside the sorcery goes. Oh, okay. I mean, is this an opponent that has no 2 mana plays? Because they've drawn half the deck and I haven't seen any permanent with 2 cost. Okay, well that's So this specializes into whenever you cast an instant or sorcery spell, do things. So they can be either blue or black based on their colors. So loot, and I lose 2 life. So nothing too scary here. Anyway, I'm gonna attack here. They're gonna block with the Clever Conjurer, I think. I get to draw a card. This doesn't say my guy. They get to scry again. They have gotten a nice amount of scries out of that thing. That's not doing anything. So I got a Grim Bounty gave me a treasure token. I haven't drawn the other ways to gain red mana, and I have 1 mountain, 1 other card that makes a treasure token, and the 3-drop that taps for red. So a bit unlucky with that thing. But yep, I can use the You Hear Something on Watch to try to kill the, yeah, I guess the Gale. They get another scry, but this is annoying in the end. It's a 4/5. I mean, when it's specialized, it's a 4/5. So you have your scry, but don't need much here. I just need to, I mean, first of all, if I just get the red mana, well, maybe they have more removal. Okay, there's just a mountain. That's totally fine for me. And I at least get rid of this swamp here, I guess. At some point, I will be finding. Okay, that's fine. But I haven't actually seen anything for the portable hole to deal with. Really weird if they have no 2-drops in the deck. Okay, that's a good card. Okay, so first I play this, so I get a treasure token from that. Then I might as well play the card. Why not? There's nothing to hide here. Oh, it has lifelink. Double death touch isn't going to matter. Then I can, well, at least this land gets me. I have a bunch of lands here, but Pilgrim's Eye. Okay, they have now 5 power in the air. Still no 2 mana permanent. Are they actually just gonna skip turn 2 play? I mean, they can do something like a Young Blue Dragon. There's cry and draw, or you come to a river. I really never expected the portable hole to be so useless. Alright, so let's play this so I can get 1 treasure token. Then attack and see what happens. I get 1 life. Or maybe they will kill this thing now. And since I just draw all these lands, I can't cast anything else. And that's yet another land. So that's 12 lands out of 17. No, that's 13 lands. So I have 4 lands in the deck and 9 spells. Alright, alright. Well, let's play this thing and use this gate. Okay, well, that is something. Okay. They go to 1. I play this thing. Yes, I can. That's a Scry 2 also. So, something to return from here. Yeah, there's a... Okay, Vampire Spawn. We'll just win the game. So... Yeah, I like them both, I guess. Both should be winning the game. Unless I lose before that happens. So no target for the portable hole. They have 5... Oh. Yeah. Well, I mean, I can still do this. Even if this dies, I can play that card. So, as long as they don't have +4 damage, they don't. So... Well, I have 2 ways to win the game now. Let's first start with the Bone Colored Cleric. And get them... Vampire Spawn here. It is perpetual, you know, it's gonna die, but it's gonna still trigger the ETB. Because it had the perpetual -1/-1 effect, but it doesn't matter, I only cared about the ETB. Which was enough to win. So let's see, the opponent had some way to deal with that. I still can make, with the Thieves' Tools, a 2-power unblockable guy. But that was a weird game, and I have to cut my portable hole. So they have 4 Super Plagues. They have this Harvester. Okay, bye-bye portable hole. And now the opponent is gonna have like several 2-drops, let's see. Do I care about now the Sigil of Miracle? That's pretty interesting when they have so much removal. I had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 creatures by the end of game, but that was of course a long game. Lasted many turns. But it's still an option. Now the thing about this thing, it doesn't only add a counter, it also gives a death touch for that turn, which makes the creature a very relevant attacker. Now, I don't think the Guiding Bolt has targets here. I didn't see anything that has 4 power or more, and this is the only thing that could have 4 power. So I'm not gonna side the Guiding Bolt. So Sigil of Miracle, Summon Undead, Blood Money, Celestial Unicorn, a random 3/2 could be also interesting, but I have so few ways to gain life. There are some, but there are very few. It's of course very good if I have Basilisk Collar, but if I don't, it's the 3-mana 3/2. I think the Sigil is more interesting because they do have those removal spells, so my creatures will end up on the graveyard, in the graveyard. And I have 17 creatures in the deck, so that's quite a few. Alright, let's do it. This is the deck. I cut the portable hole, put the Sigil in. Okay, I had only 3 seconds there. Should pay more attention to that timer. Jeez. Okay, so I don't assume them to have a 2-drop. I never saw one in the previous game. I'm gonna keep it. Opponent also mulligan there. I have a 2-drop and the removal here. This is gonna just die. But this land at least gives me a spell. Now I have a 4-drop. 4-drop creature 2, which is very nice. Yep, they don't have 2-mana plays there. So this is gonna die to a -2/-2 right now. Unless they have a creature that they have a Nefarious in. Yep, let's offer the trade. And I at least drew another creature, so I can. That's not exactly 2-drop, 3-drop, 4-drop, but it's still, you know, a creature on turns 2 and 3, and then on turn 4 I get to play an actual 4-drop creature, which also can just die. Right, they have their 2/1 flyers, but I will just, I mean, don't mind really if they block or don't block. Now maybe this The disables will die with a -2/-2 and perpetual -1/-1 on my upkeep. Yep, because this gets me another card. Are they gonna block the Prowler? That's interesting if they are, because I get to draw a card there. Really good. But they want to scry, they missed the land drop. I guess they want to scry. And they scry on top. They found their land. And I found my... I guess that's just this thing and the Thieves' Tools. And the squadron will be a 4/4. No reason to waste the treasure, because this is my only red source for now if I draw my mythic rare. So what they're gonna do to that? They're gonna play that, which, you know, I can make it unblockable. It has 3 power, so that's an option. Do I want to do that though? They scry both on top, because I can just play the Ranger Squadron too. But the thing is, if I let them attack with this thing, they get another one of them. I feel like I don't want them to get another 2/4. I'm gonna just start attacking with this. They need to use another one of these Sewer Plagues to deal with that. And it will cost, you know, 3 out of their mana. I assume it's a land on top. They keep 2 on top. Maybe they don't need more land drops. Okay, that's kind of land drop too. Alright, so this is 1 to play, 2 to equip. So I guess... I mean, I don't actually need the life or anything. So maybe... I will save these treasures because I have the Gate of the Black Dragon. It will be important to have it. You know, more mana available. The life gain isn't relevant now. The point is that I'm gonna save 1 treasure anyway, but I am... So, no, actually I miscounted my lands, so the only way to equip this would be to sack both of my treasures, and I would never do that when I still have my red card in my deck somewhere. So they have 5 available when they untap that. Can they deal with the Ranger Squadron before it? And Sewer Plague isn't gonna be enough. Mist Dragon does work. It will tap and won't untap, but this is gonna deal... Okay, they actually chose to tap this guy. And there is my... Oh, but I can just play another Ranger Squadron, so let's... Now that I have the mountain, I don't need to save these treasures. So let's see, I have 7 mana. This would be my 8th land. I might as well play it. So this is now 8. 10 total. So using this requires tapping 5 lands total, so that leaves me at 5, even if I sack these treasures, so I cannot both play the 6-drop and activate this, which means that I can just do this to gain some life, and then play the 6-drop. This won't be unblockable with these Thieves' Tools, because, you know, the pump made that. But, you know, this is a 3/4, so this will be unblockable, assuming the opponent has like another way to, you know, block this. It's a 3/4 flyer after all. So do they have this mythic rare? Another Mist Dragon. Oh, these are good stuff, but sadly for them it's not enough. Oh, that is so good. I was thinking about using this, but it's actually just irrelevant now. I don't care about the life, I don't care about the vigilance either. So I'm actually just first attacking and see if they block. They shouldn't, because this unicorn can be used on my turn at any time. And then I will use the Gate of the Black Dragon. Alright, now they are facing multiple things they need to deal with, and there's no way they can raise me. Yeah, I think the fact they don't have any 2 mana plays, that puts them on the, you know, back foot in each of the games. These 3 mana removals, they are just 1-for-1 removals. I have the tempo advantage here, so they just can't keep up. with the stuff I'm doing. Also I have some good stuff here, like you know, basilisk color, making them it's impossible for them to raise. So now I lost my unicorn, so I can't get the pumps. Any of these will be unblockable, so I should just trade the squadron. I guess, I mean, this now they have to. Okay, let's see. Let's do it smart way. So they have to block this. I don't mind the trade, and then they. If I make this unblockable, they also have to block. Yeah, I think I should have, and I would have done it so that I move the thieves tools on the ranger squadron, so they have to, you know, trade with, or maybe not. Let's say if I move the thieves tools in here. Then what they can do is they can trade with both of my guys, putting the 2-3 on the 3-1 and the 4-3 on the 2-3 Death Toucher. Now they lose both of their creatures, but I will also lose all but the squadron, and then if they have, and I know they have a lot of removal, like at least 2 more of these sewer plagues, they could get rid of this thing. Whereas if I do the attack like this, they are forced to, you know, trade with the squadron, but then they are forced to use the clever conjurer to just jump block the vampire spawn, so they will go to 2 from this unblockable, and then they have no creatures and I have still 2 creatures. That's the better scenario than me having only the ranger squadron. So I shouldn't have moved these thieves tools. I should have attacked with this configuration. I think it's a keep because this is a 2-mana card giving me a treasure, and then this can be cast. And even if this dies so that it doesn't get to add any mana, I get the scry too, and then I, you know, have easier time finding my white mana for these things. Okay, there's something for the portable hole, and look at this. Immediately through the plains. Now I know this could have taken out a 2-drop, but that's gonna be a problem in the long run anyway. Also they didn't have a 2-drop, so I'm actually gonna tap out for a couple of turns now. The Walrus will be my next turn play. It will be a 3-2. Let's gonna trade with this thing, no problem. Or if they don't block with it, I don't mind. They don't see the Basilisk color. This only reveals creature and land cards from my hand. So they don't know about the, you know, how impossible it is for them to raise because I have the Basilisk color here. So I'm gonna just do this, scry twice, and it's gonna scry me into lands I won't be needing. I don't need double white, so that was really good scry there. Interesting. I don't know if I should attack with both. Is there a flash? Well, there is a flash 2-2. I feel like I want to attack for 6 here. Losing this, even though this can, you know, add the red mana, I still get the treasure token here, which can be used for the red mana if I draw my mythic rare. So, because I like the idea of just, you know, attacking for 6, then playing the Thieves' Tools and the Bonecaller Cleric post-combat. Let's do that. They could untap this though. Where could they? 2+, no, but it's only gonna give it +2. Oh no, there's the you know, the adventure, but it will be a 5-3, so it can't actually. It will trade still. I wouldn't mind that. That's annoying, but if they go for the, you know, if they go for 1 there and 2 there, I'm gonna actually get them with the you hear something on watch. Thank you. +1/+1 for my team. It was, It was still a 2 for 1. Sorry, so not. It was still a 1 for 1, but at least, you know, this didn't do any harm. They did prevent the 6 damage I was gonna deal there, but I'm happy, very happy about that trade. I was able to still add to the board the Bone Cleric. And if they're gonna attack, I'm just blocking. There's nothing to return. This trading with the 3-1 is totally fine. No, better when it's a 4 power creature. And then my Basilisk. Actually, both my equipment will make it so that it's kind of hard for them to do anything too relevant. I think I could play this and equip, but then I don't have mana to do this unless I sacrifice my treasure, and I'm not willing to sack my treasure because if this dies, then I don't have the red mana for my mythic rare. So I'm going to start just with, I guess, if they're gonna block with the Tollkeeper no matter what. So I don't think it. I want to. Okay, let's do the Cleric. Let's take the Cleric now. Now they can attack with the 4-4, but it doesn't have Vigilance unless they play another one of those. And I have, against my life-linking stuff, they don't have a way to easily beat me. Baldur is good, will trade with my stuff, but in the end. So this is 6. If this was an untapped land, I actually could, you know, both equip this and this, but now I can. And again, I won't be sacrificing the treasure. So just trading with their guys, maybe. Let's trade with their guys. They don't trade, which is totally fine for me. Now I have the option to move the color, but I'm gonna just play the Thieves' Tools. If they wanna attack for 8, I don't think it's that bad. I mean, I guess I could have maybe. Well, too late now. I will go to 14, because of course I'm not going to double block either of those things there. If they have a Devoted Paladin now, that might be a bit annoying. But I can gain. I'm assuming they don't have interaction for my things. I can let this be a 3-power Death Touch Lifelinker, so gaining me 3 life, and this can be 2-power unblockable lifelinker, so I would gain 5 life back. So let's say they attack for 8, I go to 14, then I go back to 19, and then, you know, they have no blockers, so of course I assume they will play something. This turn they do have 4 cards still in hand. They attack with that, sure. Okay, that is a really good one on the Owlbear. Yep, the opponent is actually going to do a very good job in beating me despite my fairly relevant equipment. Oh, they have that for the Basilisk collar. Oh, jeez. Now I think I'm you know, a little bit having trouble here. I can't play this and activate this unless I'm willing to sacrifice my treasure, which I know this is still alive, so if it's only bad if this thing dies. Do I want to attack for 3 unblockable or 2 unblockable with lifelink? I think I need the life now. So I'm gonna just do it like this and play the Prowler, because I can't activate this anyway without losing the treasure, which I still don't feel like I wanna do. And this thing can block a 4-4. I'm not gonna move that. I mean, I won't get to draw a card, but I still get to trade with anything. Okay, they got their 6th land. Do they have the 7-6 that gains 3? Because if they do? Things can get a bit awkward. Do they have another Icewind Stalwart? Now if they would attack with the Stalwart, I would just block with the Flaming Fist Dashguard. And if they attack with the Devoted Paladin, I think I would have to block with the Prowler. It's still fine to trade this with the 4/4 even if you don't get a card. Because taking 8 here now is a little bit annoying. I have a clock with the Thieves tools here anyway, so let's do this. And take 4. I am a bit afraid that they might have the 7/6 that gains 3. I would have rather trade the Prowler on it, but I guess if they do have that, I will be in a big trouble anyway, because then they will be at 15. It's hard to erase them at that point, when I only can deal 2 or 3 damage unblocked. They are thinking about something. They didn't want to do the thing. Alright, so what does this mean? It feels like they do have the adventure spell, the thing that gives them 2+1/+1 counters and untaps and hexproof. So if I would like to attack with this, maybe even with the Bronze Walrus, but I'm fairly sure they're gonna have that. So they have a free block here. So I'm gonna just attack with the Steadfast Paladin, gain my 2 life, because they wouldn't pass the turn with 3 cards in hand. They can have also the band together or something, but is the removal spell. Oh, they have a Soon's Intervention, so they have ways to deal with my artifacts. Oh man, that's such a good one. That's such a good one. I can't beat them anymore. That was too much value. Well, I mean, I guess I can, but my ways to actually do good stuff here were the Thieves tools and the Basilisk Collar. They were able to deal with both of them, even before sideboarding, so they had the main deck answers for those. This is just a ridiculous card when you get to kill an artifact or an enchantment. It's good even if you just get the knight tokens and seek a card and gain 3 life. That's already good. If you also get to kill an enchantment, that's just insane. And I still think they have the +2/+2 counters coming up. I mean, even if they don't, I have no longer any attacks here. I just can't attack. Okay, well, now I know what's it gonna be. So now they are going to give this thing 2+1/+1 counters. And then they will have 2 4/4s into my 2/2. They have still 3 cards in their hand. I have this Seek ability. Well, I guess they can also make the Stalwart into a 5/5, might be worth it. Well, they had to rally. Well, okay, it doesn't matter, that was enough. That's enough. They don't lose anything, I lose my board. Well, I have my 2/2, hook horror, but they have main deck. Well, I guess the other one is Portable Hole, so it is artifact removal but also creature removal, and then they have the 6 mana rare which can deal with my artifacts, but I don't think I'm going to. I'm gonna play the Guarding Bolt for sure. I don't think I'm gonna sideboard away this stuff. No. So Guarding Bolt will be good against them. Surely. I saw 2 targets already, plus it still can work when they have a pump effect. even on a smaller creature. And then what I don't need here is don't know really. I do like all the cards I have here. Bone Cleric, it has some decent stuff to bring back, so I think I want to still have it here. Here's something on watch. Portable hole. I did see this thing, although they have the ways to deal with an artifact. Okay, maybe I'll just get rid of the hole. I don't need that here. But yeah, they're 6 mana instant. With all the modes. That's a really good one. Okay, how about this one? I think I'm going to start with the 1-2. This might attack once or twice. At least once. Unless they have... Oh, it's their turn to have that. Sure. I'm gonna play this thing now and this, then I will have a 3-2 lifelinker. And they see my Steadfast Paladin, which means they are not... But they don't see my Thieves' Tools. Actually, this could be a 3-power lifelinker that... Well, they don't have a portable hole anymore for the Thieves' Tools, so I guess... Yeah. I might do some work with the Paladin. Oh, they have another blocker for this, I'm sure. I got the Intellect Devourer. Let's see if that does something good. Opponent gets to choose the card they want to exile. Priest of Ancient Lore. Okay, so if I draw a land, I'm gonna just slam. Oh, I didn't, so let's do this instead. Of course, I'm not trading with that thing. Both are good. I'll do it like this one. First the land. Although... Well, I don't think it matters. Yeah, I don't know actually what I'm gonna do. 5 lands is irrelevant, but 2 prowlers is not that relevant either here. Kind of feel like I just wanna start attacking with the Paladin, but okay, let's do it. That is a 3-power unblocked. And no, I'm not going to sack the treasure again. Same thing. If this dies, I want to have the red mana available. Ooh, they have good stuff. That's now 8/4/3, but I guess I have death touch blockers for it, so it's not that big of a deal in the end. And me gaining 3 life pattern is quite nice. Okay, that means Intellect Devourer is going to be played right now, so it can block their 2/2 lifelinker. If they're gonna exile a land, I actually get to play my Guildsworn Prowler. Without sacking their treasure token. That's a land. So I can block the Unicorn with the Prowler, and I can block the Paladin with the 2/4. And this is no longer anything else than a 2/4 because I got to play the card already. Another Unicorns. Okay, so they can pump all these with the... But no, they don't have a good attack with the Paladin unless they have a trick. But yeah, they are having some of these, you know, Celestial Unicorn value there. Yeah, I can use my Prowler on that. So... Guess I don't need the other Prowler right away. I might just do this to use my mana efficiently. Oh, that's a good one. But now I of course need to hope that they don't have the 6 mana way to deal with this thing. So this is gonna give me a treasure, so I might actually use this now. If I need the red mana, I will get it from the Grim Bounty. Alright, it's time to use the treasure. Yeah, they have these ETB effects, which they can really benefit from quite nicely. I'm still winning if they can't deal with the Thieves' Tools, but the problem is if they can, I don't have a really easy time to push through. Maybe if I get my double team. If I get my double team, oh, don't make it indestructible. Oh no, Hippogriff. That's too perfect for them. Oh, that's annoying. Now I need to kill the Hippogriff, not the Unicorn, actually. But let's attack first. So one of the gates is still usable. Let's use it and see what happens. That's a good one. But if they play the 6th land and pass the turn, I might as well concede. They get to kill the Thieves' Tools. And, well, no, I can still have my flyer with the double team, specifically. I don't want to lose both games to the same 6 mana rare. Okay, so that's how it goes then. But hey, there's the Ranger Squadron. That's fantastic. Alright. So, let's play it. No reason to show the Basilisk color. So, they get 2/2/2 tokens. They get to seek a 3 mana card, or is it 3 or less? 3 or less. And then they kill this and they gain 3 life. So that's yep, that's really annoying. But with the Ranger Squadron, I can still win, especially because the Basilisk color now. Hopefully they can't kill that one. But yeah, I would have just gone all the way with the tools as Steadfast Paladin in combination. I do have 26 life. They have a life linker, but I can just block it with a 2/4. Problem is they still have 3 cards in their hand. They have drawn so many extra cards, a couple of Priest of Ancient Lords, which they blinked the other one. So that's 3 extra cards. This got them a 3 mana value card. Yep. If this goes to game 3, I really hope they don't draw this one in that game. It should be the last card in their deck. But yeah, the Ranger Squadron. I really needed it. They have yet another. Okay, the opponent's deck is also very good, so losing to that doesn't feel so bad because they're definitely having amazing stuff here. But of course the rare does a lot here. The other stuff they have going on wouldn't have been enough if they didn't get all the value from this thing. And I'm not talking about just the killing the artifact. They also got the other stuff. These 2/2s, a 3 mana card. 3 life, which also is relevant. So how do I block the 6/5? I don't have that great block anymore. They don't even attack with it though. Good. And now. So, okay, they did not play the Blessed Hippogriff. Do they have a reach trick? Well, I don't think it matters what they have. I'm gonna do this. Equip them. No point equipping any of the ground guys. They have, you know, good blockers, even if my attacker has death touch. Let's see if this gets to attack, or do they have the band together? They have something at least. I mean, they of course have something. They would have played the Blessed Hippogriff otherwise. Okay, they have a tap effect. Alright, that's something. So, point is, I kind of want to kill the Celestial Unicorn, but also this thing is going to be able to make the Steadfast Pellet. No, I'm gonna actually do it. I'm gonna kill this. I don't want to take all the damage, because I'm taking a bunch of damage now. The Basilisk Collar can still make me win the game. And I will block the Paladin with the Baldur's. This is my red source now, the treasure here. I don't plan on using that, in case I draw my red card. And I think the Steadfast Paladin is just going to block the Stalwart if they attack with that. If they don't attack with that, if they block only with the 2 power guys, I block the Paladin, they deal 10 unless I trade with this guy. Do they want to attack with the Paladin though? Because it's some... They can start, you know, making it fly with the Hippogriff. Okay, they attack with all that stuff. So do they still have tricks left? Alright. Well, I mean, this was my plan, so let's do that and see what they have. They don't have anything. And sound, the sound bug didn't get fixed yet. So, we can't hear anything anymore. No more life gain there for them, but they of course are back at 17, thanks to gaining all the life. Both of these have been used, no seeking non-land cards anymore, but still Ranger Squadron and Basilisk Collar can help me win the game. So much for the Basilisk Collar. I mean, the opponent has so many ways to deal with my artifacts that it's really unfortunate. It's not that often, but they do have it. Now I still have 2, 3, 4 flyers after all this is said and done. They gain 4 life too, though they are back at 21. This is actually... Now this is the part in the game where it really matters. They got these 2 2/2s along with everything else this rare did for them, because they can overwhelm me with their creatures. The white version here, now they gain 4 life with the green version, which they did specialize into. The white version is... Come on. Why doesn't it let me know it? They're gonna actually kill my treasure token instead of the... Okay, did I actually... I might have to restart the game, by the way. Oh no, I don't. I just don't know why I didn't... I clearly see them hovering over stuff. Oh, they chose the treasure token instead. So they have another way to deal with the Basilisk Collar. It is an artifact or enchantment, right? So why did they choose... This is a really good card, by the way. Why did they not kill the Basilisk? Do they think I need the treasure for something? I'm totally... I don't know what's going on. I'm thinking about attacking with the goal, but I don't want to sack this Devourer there, I guess, so maybe I don't. Why didn't they... Okay, I don't know. I don't know why did they destroy the treasure token. Oh, because now I know. I lost my bronze walrus and the treasure, so I can't cast the Ranger Squadron. That makes sense. That does make sense. Not going to specialize this thing right away. I have blockers here. Yeah, but at least I mean, at some point I'm gonna draw my second white, right? I also don't know why didn't I move the basilisk collar. Of course I could have moved to the... Yeah, that was actually a big mistake. I was so confused about them. I did understand they didn't want me to be able to cast this thing, but let's see what I'm gonna get back. Any of the creatures I exile, I can eventually get a conjured copy of that in my hand. Nothing too amazing. I mean, I might even go for the Bronze Walrus. Now they play the Hippogriff, finally. But now they actually could... Well, I don't think they have a good attack, unless they did draw something that's really relevant, because I have a 2-3 and a 2-4, which will just block these two twos, and the 3-4 can be blocked by the 2-4 too. So yeah, that isn't... The fact I didn't re-equip didn't in fact end up mattering. Now, let's exile creatures first. Okay. This match has taken a lot of time. This is actually just game 2. They have 14 minutes, I have 17 something minutes. Any more creatures here? I also should maybe take a steadfast celestial unicorn, because I have the basilisk collar, which keeps, you know. I don't think I need anything for my own hand here. Yep. So with basilisk collar it keeps growing. Okay, there's the white source. No attacks. So I'm not going to specialize yet, because I need both of these cards. I need to play the land and the creature. Now it's annoying that I lost the sound, but that's the arena bug since the patch. Alright, so they're gonna attack with this and something else. They're both gonna fly. So I guess I'll just move the color on the squadron. And the opponent needs to pick up the pace a bit, because they are down to 30 minutes. If I end up winning this game, they don't want to lose there all the time before the game 3 would be over. So they have a effect of some kind. The onboard stuff don't involve any kind of abilities. So they have something. They have a Pegasus Guardian they can use to mobbling stuff. Their deck is really good. Now it's probably not enough. I mean, they can still draw good stuff, but my Basilisk Collar with the flyers here are going to be quite darn good. So this is a 3-3, but it's not gonna be good enough against 3-4 Death Toucher. So even if they go and double block it, they're gonna lose both blockers. Now what they can do, they can suicide some of the stuff, and they will get a 1-1 Pegasus token. Then they can double block with a 3-3 and a 1-1. They will still have the Hippogriff after that. But let's see if they choose that route. Okay, so now I can specialize into the white version. I would prefer the black. Do I have any other flyer here? Flyer would be interesting too, but I don't. But I might if my creature dies now. So let's see if I attack with both of these. They double block, then I get... Yeah, I mean, if they double block, that's fine. I get to deal with the Pegasus Guardian. And I get a Ranger Squadron exiled with Viconia, and then I get to play the Ranger Squadron. So I guess I'm gonna avoid the trade. The Celestial Unicorn, even though it keeps growing, giving all the stuff they have on the ground, it's maybe not the most relevant thing. Alright, so who is gonna have the color? I don't know yet if I want to... Wait a minute, there's an Icewind Stalwart. If I blink something, I could blink the Intellect Devourer, but is that even worth it? I really want to specialize into the mono black version, because then I get the drain too. The white version doesn't do much. I only get to put it on the battlefield if it's, you know, cheap. I have a mana enough that I actually want to wait for the black, you know, to discard a swamp, for instance. Anyway, here I'm gonna give this Intellect Devourer Death Touch and Lifelink. And okay, now they have 12 minutes, and this is game 2, which I might be winning. Now they will deal 5 in the air, or actually 8 in the air. So, but I mean, I'm going to 20. I can live with that for sure. That's really annoying that I lost the sound. Maybe I'll... Oh, they have... How? They have a lot of good stuff. So they will get the they get this trigger, they will get the trigger from the Pegasus Guardian, they have... Oof, that's kind of disgusting actually. The 1/1 will be a good jump blocker too. But I mean, I'm still, I think, winning here, but they are getting a very, very, you know, large board here. Let's exile everything they have, and then whatever I might... I'm not taking these my own creatures, so I'm just gonna take my turn here. And there's a Grim Wanderer, which is... I can play it. It's not gonna be super relevant though, but... Well, it's one other blocker for the stuff they have. I know I could have maybe... Oh, come on, God. Give me a break. How many ways they have to deal with my artifacts? I mean, if I'm gonna go to game 3, I'm gonna cut all the artifacts. There's just no point, because they will just have ways to kill them. Well, anyway, that's for the Basilisk color, and I no longer have that great of a race here. They can jump with that thing. They go to 8 only. I'm gonna do this. So let's now see. None of these are really that good. I need to actually stop, you know, attacking with both of these squadrons, because I can't let them do this attack. It was good when I got 3 life here, but now it's no longer good. Well, I'm gonna play this because a creature did die, and then is it time to get some of these back? If I take the Stalwart, I can actually take the last card, which is probably a land, to be fair. I would want to get the... Oh, but I don't even have the mana for that. I would have to specialize, and then... Oh, I'm lacking 1 mana to do that. Because I would have to cast a spell. I would need 6 and I have only 5, even if I... Oh, plus I would have to discard this. So there's no point specializing now. And I would prefer to specialize into a black version because of the drain, which could be relevant. So I'm gonna take yet another 8 in the air, and they can also, but they can't attack with all the ground guys. By the way, this will be super annoying to 5-6 that I can't. No. It will just attack for 5. I can jump block it or take 5. And they can also make it fly, but yeah. I guess they won't be getting a 1-1 this turn unless they have like yet another way to blink one of their guys. Yeah, this is a long match and long 2 games because they have actually used 20 minutes. Now I'm not that far ahead. I have it. What is that? Is that 12 and 40 something? Yeah, I'm gonna go to 12 now. Yeah, they dealt with all the artifacts I had. That is really annoying. There's just no creature I want to have back here. That is how it goes. Okay. So unless they get to... If a creature... No, a permanent you control left the battlefield, they get the 1-1 flyer. I mean, they actually don't have a flying blocker currently. I'm dealing 6 in the air. Did they draw yet another card? And yeah, they are actually... Now, if I get a black card or a swamp, I should be winning this game. Because... I mean, I can use the Viconia on the black side. So let's see, they have no way to... Okay, yep, so let's do this. Seems like I am, thanks to me drawing the cleric here. Specialize into this one, discard this one, and I will just cast one of these things. Don't think it matters too much. This one, and I can blink my intellect devourer here. Alright, so that's the reason I wanted to wait for black to get the drain 2. So opponent is at 9 minutes and 40 seconds. I'm at 11 minutes and 48 seconds. Okay. With Guardian Nagas and all that, I just don't need Thieves' Tools. I don't need... I mean, I would need them, but I don't want to use them anymore. Basilisk Collar. Maybe even the Bronze Walrus is bad. Do I even want to play the Prosper here? Am I gonna play Blood Money here? If the game goes, you know, this late, I can just wipe the board. Is that a thing? Sigil of Miracle. They have too much. They have too much. You know, these priests of ancient lords and blinking them. They just win. They get so many cards, and I don't have a similar way to get ahead. I don't think. Almost want to kill this, but at least I get to scry too. So there is that. And I want to be able to cast the red spell. Summon undead. Let's do these weird cards because I need to put something to my deck. Wardrobber. I mean, none of this is that good actually. And I would want to lose the Bronze Walrus, but I'm not gonna put a 3-2, which is just gonna trade with the Priest of Ancient Lore. So, and a Sigil of Merkel is also enchantment, which they can easily get rid of, so nope. I'm gonna try the Blood Money. I mean, just something here. I don't think I'm a favorite to win, but maybe I have like a Dream Curve or something like that. This being only 1 power is just too weak. Yeah. Okay, that's it. Maybe I could have put the Troll Hunting Party and add like 1 additional mountain to the deck. That could have been a possibility. They don't have like 2 good blocks on it. But this is fine. Oh, I should do this now. Oh, yeah, well, sound is still somehow an issue. I have a good curve here. But sadly my creatures are gonna just trade with Priest of Ancient Lore. But I guess I don't have to attack into it when I have the steadfast unicorn here available. There's the first one. So I'm going to play the Viconia here. I guess this can still trade with that guy. I can also, you know, make this... Well, no. I'm gonna just attack with this. Let's. I mean, it's not a great trade, but it's not like the one toughness creature is gonna... I mean, this +1/+1 isn't gonna help that too much. This is gonna trade with something anyway. Probably with a Priest of Ancient Lore. And now the question is, am I going to... Yeah, let's play the Viconia and a tapped land. That's gonna be a 3/3, which is, you know, relevant. And to my understanding, the specialize... Well, let's see if they have a portable hole first. Oh, they do. But my understanding is that the specialize retains the perpetual effect. So that was annoying. Now I'm just going to use the Armor of Shadows here. Then play the Bonecaller Cleric. They probably have the Hippogriff or something, but I have to try something. I can't just, you know... Well, they can have also that, yeah. Well, like I said, their deck is incredibly good, of course. So I just lost this Armor of Shadows. I mean, it was just a pure value for them. Alright. How to do it? Well, there is the Prosper. I have the Treasure. Well, this is a way for me to maybe try to win somehow. So I'm going to simply do this, and before they can blink more, I can just attack with everything. I don't care even if the Steadfast Unicorn dies, which is the biggest threat here, and they want to block that. They do take 5 though. And of course I can use the Bonecaller Cleric to bring back whatever is gonna die here. They chose to save some life here. They have so many ways to blink stuff that I want this to go away, but then again they have more of those cards in their deck too. Well, at least I'm at 10 minutes, they're at 7 something, so I think if one of us is going to... Oh, that's interesting too. If one of us is going to lose on time, it's gonna be them. So just get rid of the Guardian. I'm willing to use 4 mana for that. They are willing to not block. So I'm gonna start doing this thing. And whenever I play a card from exile, I'll get a treasure token, so that means I'm assuming the Prosperous Tomebound is gonna survive. So I'm gonna have mana for this blood money. Even if they, you know... And I can just, you know, sandbag cards with my hand. Yeah, this is gonna be interesting actually, because I can... Now they are still having a lot of cards and they just get value. They get a 1/1 token now too. But I have a Hook Horror, which is a pretty decent draw here actually. Yep, I'm gonna potentially have a good chance to win with blood money. Now there's no reason for me to attack with anything here. I am now... Okay, that's not a land, so I might still... Well, I don't think I'm dying in 2 attacks. They will have 4 in the air though. Oh, they have with the Steadfast Unicorn, they can pump twice. So I'm... Well, first of all, I need to see if I even get to... Oh, that's 7 in the air, isn't it? Well, 7 is not... 7... No, that's 8 in the air. But still, I mean, if they pump it twice. But that's going to... Okay. I mean, I go to 9, and then if they do the same thing on the next turn, I go to 1, which is still enough to survive. I will block, of course, the Ice Wind Stalwart. I'm not gonna block with the Prosper Trombone because I don't get a treasure from casting something from exile. If this is not on the battlefield. So I'm gonna put guess doesn't matter too much. I'm gonna need decent. I'm gonna put this guy in here because they're gonna have 3 toughness there. So I want it to go away. Yep. Ideally they don't pump and add another creature, so I can just wipe as many creatures as possible with this thing. Well, next turn I have a Steadfast Paladin, so blocking a ground creature will give me 2 life. Okay, they didn't pump, that is good. They are gonna add hopefully another creature there. They are good. And oh, but they have this, so I actually kind of forgot that. So they're gonna pump twice. That's 4, 6. Oh, that's 11. But I drew a land. Okay, so fine. So I can actually, I can't play this Steadfast Paladin. It's only playable for this turn. And these treasures enter tapped. But I guess I still get to wipe the board. I have a lot of treasures afterwards. So, because next turn they're gonna have 3, 3 plus 5. That's 11. Exactly what I have here. So I'm just going to attack with this guy. No, they have a Death Toucher. Maybe they block with that. Not really worth it. No attacks. Let's do this. Bye-bye. I still have a Hook Horror as 1-1 here. And let's see if they have lands or spells still. Starting with the Priest of Ancient Lore, so that's really miserable. I do have this gate here unactivated. So let's do that. I have a lot of mana here, obviously. Guildsworn Prowler. Let's do that. Viconia's here, so I guess I could. Well, I have enough mana here, no problem. Oh, lands are bad. Well, maybe they might have 2 lands in their hand too. So let's see. It's about the top decking war now. If they draw their 6-drop. 6-drop, bum. That's gonna be tough. They will see my Grim Wanderer now, that's really annoying. But I guess a creature dying at some point is gonna be inevitable. Good. Scry 2 is really good. All this is really good too. Do I care about the Hippogriff more than... Yeah, I guess the Hippogriff is good to have in your hand. I might actually kind of win with the blood money because the only reason I'm alive here is the blood money. That was funny sideboarding if that's the case. So let's just attack with these guys. Hope they don't have anything for the Hippogriff. They don't block. So I know I could have played this to make a guy jump there, but I want to keep this. Maybe I shouldn't. Well, anyway. It seems like the opponent is having now some lands there. Hopefully they don't have like the kill spell on the Bronze Baldur's, because this is... I mean, am I supposed to actually let it go? Because if they have... It's really annoying. I don't even have... If they can kill this in response to this, this won't be going to exile where I could cast it. I actually think this is safer now. And let's just do this. And the Grim Wanderer. And then I still have the Hippogriff, which I still am going to keep as a trick in my hand. I feel like that's what I need to do. Well, at least they didn't lose on time, but it seems like they are losing. So that's indestructible doesn't help there. Okay. And then they can't really attack. I'm maybe a bit too conservative with the Hippogriff, but I feel like I'm winning here anyway. Guiding Bolt doesn't kill anything right now. So it's time to attack even with the Hook Horror here. But they don't seem to have anything. So now I'm gonna do this. Finally, value out of that thing. And that is it. What a match. So, sideboarding in the blood money. That won the game. I'm gonna reset the game so I can hear the sounds again. Okay, so now the sound should be back. Okay, final match then. On the draw. Well, I have my splash 1 of Mountain. I have a 2-drop in the Sepulchre Goal. If I draw any land, the Boulders can help me cast the white stuff. Opponent mulligans. I'm keeping this hand because of the Boulders. And I can of course just naturally draw one of my 8 white. So they go to 5. Is this my lucky day? Because this is actually, I'm recording this draft after my previous recorded video, which was the blue-green deck that actually, well, not gonna spoil if you haven't seen it, but it was a good one too. And I even get lucky with the plays. I mean, I don't mean that it's fun that opponent mulligans to 5 and if I win because of that, but we are playing for prizes anyway. And I have my own fair share of losses due to mulliganing. Alright, so just play the lifelinker, I guess. Don't need the cleric for anything. So am I going to just block that thing? I have a portable hole for it. It might be that they play a 3-mana creature now, although red-white should have a bunch of. Well, that's not great when you have only one creature, because yeah, it doesn't have a lifelink anymore, but yeah, you know, that's really bad for the opponent. Yeah, I will save the portable hole for something else, because I don't want to use mana for that right now when I have Bronze Baldur's and next turn Prosperity Baldur. If there's one land, I will keep it. Well, let's see. The worst, I mean, if I keep these on top, which are of course good enough to be worth keeping, the thing is, if they kill this, I can play Goal, Cleric, yep, it's fine. I'm gonna keep them both. I'm keeping them both, so... So... Yep, I will exile this, play it on the next turn, that sounds fun. Get some treasures too. Even drew the land. I don't need the mountain for anything, so I can always use that as the first thing. Attack with everything, right? Or do I need mana? How much mana do I need to have? If I don't attack with the Walrus, I can use 4 mana. Without sacking the treasure, I don't necessarily want to sack the treasure yet. But then again, it is 2 damage. But then again, I want to use... Okay, I want to leave mana up for this Hippogriff. So I'm gonna just attack with these and play my 2/2 here. I know I could exile the Warcaller, but I don't think it's relevant right now. I'm gonna do it like this, and then I have the treasure up if I want to use the Hippogriff for something. Yeah, it's not very fair that the opponent mulligans to 5, and then I have this card advantage reset. They will not have easy time. So play this guy, get the treasure, and maybe it's time to portable hole now. Can get rid of the 3/1. And then I can just attack with everything. I'm gonna put this on the Baldur goal. Yep, that's really hard for them to do anything when I have that stuff going on. Alright, so red-white. Same kind of final match as in my previous draft. Well, I don't have the same deck, but opponent has. Well, what do I sideboard against them? Not a guiding bolt. These 2 mana 1/3s actually are somewhat useful against the red-white deck. They have 1 toughness creatures and they have, you know, a bunch of 2 power 2-drops. But I also don't know what I would be. I'm not going to lose the Thieves Tools. It helps me cast the Prosper, and yeah, the Hoardropper is the only thing I would be interested in maybe siding in. I just don't know if there is anything I'm willing to side out. I do like all of these, even the Disciples, which is maybe the worst against them. It's still card advantage, and at some point I need to win. Grim Wanderer, they kill something, I get the 5/3. The Bonecaller Cleric, I don't think I have time for this guy though. So, I mean to use it. So I think I'd rather than have this a 2 mana 2/1, I will have a 2 mana 1/3, which, you know, can even attack for some treasures. So let's do it like this. Now they get to keep 7. I have my 1 2-drop and 2 lands. So this is a pretty, you know, hand that can go badly if I don't draw the additional lands. But I have also the Armor of Shadows, and if this gets the connect, it will give me some treasures. But that might not happen if they just remove it. And they start with the Warcaller, and now they have actually 7-card hand in this game, so that's to be challenging now. So I am gonna do the Hoardropper and hope. I mean, if they're gonna haste something up, they won't be able to block this. So I guess they have to decide between having a blocker and or having more damage. Craving, which I can use the You Hear Something on Watch there. I'm going down to 11 though. Land is good. Going for jumps, not giving me a treasure. I guess that's an option. I'm happy I did draw the land there. So now I have here some options. Not too great though, because I can't really double spell that easily. I have to, you know, kill the Hobgoblin Captain. I'm not taking 6 here. So maybe I'll just use the You Hear Something on Watch. Okay, are they gonna haste up? Oh, they don't have anything to haste up. Interesting. Now the Craving is a really good card for sure, because now that... Oh, no. Sometimes when you talk, you use the wrong mode. I was gonna pump this guy, take 7, go down to 4. Yeah, technically I wasn't losing, but I really did. That was such a disgusting misclick. But yeah, the craving is what I was saying, which messed up my playing of this card. Is that this is still good when the creature dies once. It's gonna give +2/+1 and haste, although this thing gives haste too. And then even after that, it's gonna give +1/+0 and haste. And it's gonna be coming back, and it's gonna be a nasty thing. But imagine if I got to deal 5 to this thing. They could have Hippogriff to save it, so that's one thing. But if they didn't, I take only 1 damage here, and I get to, well, do stuff. But whatever, I mean, that was what it was. Misclick. Let's hope I can at least not have like a mulligan to 5 in the final game here. Oh, this is bad. Well, it's still looking bad. Opponent does mulligan too. Well, I have to just get over that. I don't know why I clicked it. I mean, usually when you have these mortal spells, you should just wait until the modes, appear on the screen, and then you can just, carefully choose the one you need. I was just somehow distracted when I was talking about the craving of, well, if something is, good, my hand isn't great, but the opponent is also not doing so great here, and I think my deck might be a little bit better in the late game, so maybe it is still possible. They did have a good draw now, though. Don't want to use my... Darn, I don't want to use my treasure, because it is my only red source for now. Oh, I don't use it then. Because if I draw my mythic rare, it's just so annoying if I can't cast it. Don't think it matters too much whether the hook horror is... I mean, I'll take, of course, 2 damage now, that I otherwise wouldn't be taking. I think I'm going to kill the Warcaller with the portable hole, although I can't do it. Let's see what I draw first. I guess I don't have to do it right away. Well, let's play the hook. See what they do. Yeah, I'm willing to use. Well, maybe not. No, I'm not going to use the Armor of Shadows. I will let this die, and it comes back as a 2/2. So a sparkler guy. So I guess the opponent just has to grind through the horror. Which is easily, doable, because they have, 5 spells in their hand, and I have only these 2, and they have a board presence already. Oh, this is... Are they gonna give double strike to something? This is I like to see this, because now I get to eat something for free without... Maybe they have a Hippogriff, but it doesn't matter, I'm of course doing this. Yeah, they might have a Hippogriff here. Take 5, that's still something I can survive, and I don't have to worry about the haste giver anymore. Well, I got my lands. Get rid of the dust guard, so I can actually have blocks here. Without even losing the hook horror here. I might as well do this. It's not like I need mana for anything. Alright, so... I don't like the fact I'm up against 6 cards with this Armor of Shadows, but the hook horror is currently keeping the situation on the clear. Five cards, and I know they are spells because they missed land drop on the previous turn. Craving. Okay. didn't go for the double strike. Well, I'm gonna have to do this now, and this gives +1/+0, so this would be killing this Swashbuckler if they don't have like the Hippogriff, which I think they might have. They might also have like a Dragon's Fire. Then I will just lose the game, most likely. They have a Hippogriff there, so they need to find some other way to deal with the Swashbuckler. Well, that's not great. I think I'm losing, and it's possible I lose to the misclick on the previous game, but then again opponent mulliganed to 5 in the first game, so it was like a non-game as well. Of course, my draws being so bad, mulligan to 6, and well, they mulligan to 6, but they have a good draw. I mulligan to 6 and have a bad draw here. So the problem is that the Hippogriff is gonna happen on the next turn. On this turn, and it's gonna attack on the next turn, and it will make this thing fly. I take 7 in the air. Yeah, the Grim Wanderer is not my favorite card. This is one of the situations. Showing why that is so, but it's still fine. And I think in this deck I had so many 2-drops that it had an actual chance to be a turn 3, 5-3 in this case. That's quite a good stat line. They have a mutation with that thing. And another land, no land, but I mean I needed removal here, which I guess I have a Grim Bounty. Yeah, well, I mean I'll take 7 and then I will lose on the. I mean, unless I draw an answer, I will lose on the next turn then. The Blessed Hippogriff is a really good card. That is one of the. I mean, I wish blue had something as good as this as a common. But nope, it has only pretty bad stuff. Oh, I actually don't lose now. I go to 1, so I guess they have a way to deal the final point of damage. They have like a 2 to the face created as a token. Improvised weaponry. Well, maybe they had the Hippogriff in their hand in the game where I misclicked, because that's a possibility. Let's assume they had a Hippogriff when I misclicked, and then the outcome would have been the same. Now I need to find a kill spell on the Hippogriff, unless they find a kill spell on me right away. If they have 2 kill spells in their hand, this would work. I somehow doubt it. Okay, don't drag it up, please. Guardian Naga. I think their final card is a kill spell, because that. Yep. That's it. Alright, so a bit kind of sad games 1 and 2 in this game, because opponent didn't have much after the mulligan to 5 in the first game, and then I did what I did in the game 2, and this is we both mulligan to 6, but opponent had obviously a lot better draw than I. But that's how it goes. That's just the price of commentating on these things, because I of course wouldn't have made that mistake if I just played by myself. But sometimes even I have done for quite a bit these videos. It is still distracting to talk and play at the same time, and you still do those autopilot things like I did with this thing, even though you shouldn't. It's just somehow automatical clicks, and there's no explanation for why I chose the +1/+1 there. It was just well, I guess misclicks happen, so that's it. The deck was decent. but I would have liked a better curve out potential. So I mean, having like a decent 3-drops, which these colors do have, like a Priest of Ancient Lore from white, for instance, would have been quite nice. And I think the splash of this card is really good. You saw this in action. That you just a 4-mana 1 for Death Toucher isn't even that bad, and then the card, the abilities are just very good when in limited, when you have time to. Often you have time to get those extra cards, and even those treasures come with them. So I guess the match 2 was pretty good when I finally won the game 3 with the blood money that I sideboarded in, and I sideboarded all the artifacts out because opponent had so many ways to deal with them. So I think that was the highlight of the draft. If the what's the opposite of highlight that happened in the game 2 of match 3. Anyway, that was it, and I will see you in the next video then. Thank you for watching, and bye bye.